Welcome to your morning dose of food poisoning for thought. We are still talking about religion because I am never bored of that. Religion is an answer to a question. Buddhism asks, how do you end suffering? Christianity asks, how do you absolve sin? And every religion bears the mark of the circumstances where it was created. Christianity bears the mark of the Jewish diaspora by promising a kingdom of heaven on earth. And you can also see the echoes of the Roman occupation in the Christian structure. Buddhism arose out of India, and you can see it clearly as a reaction to the caste system and to the Hindu dharmic wheel and reincarnation. No, you don't have to get reincarnated as a serf again to work the master's fields. You can just go poof. So the question is, if you're going to make your own religion, and I've been saying this all week now, the real question is, what are you reacting against? Because it's going to be there. What problem are you solving? In your religion, what is it that you're giving yourself the strength to get through? What challenges do you need support against? Because that's what religion's there for. That's what it's used for. It's a social crutch. It gives you all these systems, these rituals, these reinforcements, these mottos and taboos, these prohibitions and commandments, these festivals and folk tales, all these things that help us be a culture based on a certain set of assumptions towards a certain theological goal. So, this is what anyone creating their own religion needs to look at. Now, if I were suggesting what those might be, I'd have a few ideas to work with. 100 years ago, we had about 2 billion people on the planet. Now we're over 7 billion. That's made possible only by continued use of fossil fuel, which is driving climate change. This presents us with a rather intractable problem because there's not a good alternative to fossil fuels. We're going to run out eventually, but probably not before we do irreparable damage to the climate. So either we stop using fossil fuels and accept that there's going to be a massive population correction, or we continue using fossil fuels and accept that that's going to cause massive climate change, which will also cause a massive population correction. That's a terrifying thought. If it doesn't terrify you, you haven't thought about it yet. It's really freaking scary. And so any new religion that pops up in the next 100 years or so, I think is going to have to address that question. Sustainability is going to become a sacred word in the next 100 years or so, I think. Whether it's the religion you craft or the religion someone else's crafts. Local, small scale, low power things are going to become sacred. I can see the idea of the Butlerian Jihad. That's, if you've not read Dune, read Dune. The idea of a sacred Ludditism popping out as people try and deal with the massive course correction that's going to be forced on us one way or another. So, if you're crafting your religion, how are you working sustainability in? How are you baking this in? And that's where we'll end it for the moment. Just something to think on. If you're making your own religion, what is it doing? What problem is it solving? How is it addressing the current situations of the world? Chew on that. Cheers.